Okay, it's new bike day. Just gonna set this over here. What I bought was a 2026 Twitter Gravel G3. It's a drop bar bike. It's quite a departure from what you usually see me ride, which is the one I left in Canada. Oh, I should tell you right now that I'm in Bangkok, Thailand. I've been here since Tuesday and trying to find a bicycle on Facebook Marketplace, which was rather hit and miss, mostly miss. And that's why we have this bike from Twitter that I just picked up, just got back with a few minutes ago. Quite a trip out to their showroom. Language was a bit of a barrier, but we got her done. There's some tools, selection of Allen wrenches, a 10 and 15 millimeter open end wrenches. Is this carbon or aluminum? Oh, it's a carbon fiber seat post. Wasn't expecting that. We'll just make the garbage pile over there. A little plastic bottle cage. All right, it's going to come in handy. A squishy seat that I don't think I'll be using. Maybe I'll put it on just to see how it feels. I don't know. I brought my my carbon fiber seat that I rode 1,700 kilometers around, like the interior and southern BC, southwestern BC, across the Sunshine Coast from Vancouver Island, of course, to the Sunshine Coast from Courtenay or Comox to Powell River, and then down to I believe it's not. Seashelt is one of them. And then you get down right to the bottom, you go around Gibsons, and you wind up in Langdale, that's what it's called. So Langdale, and then the ferry to, maybe Saltery Bay, that's where it was. So Powell River to Saltery Bay, and then you take the ferry from Saltery Bay to Earl's Cove, which is on the Sunshine Coast, and then you take that down to Langdale, then take the Horseshoe Bay ferry onto the mainland. Well, actually, Earl's Cove and all that Sunshine Coast is the mainland, but there's no way to get anywhere else into BC other than down that one highway and then take the ferry across. I believe it's Howe Sound. You have to check Google Maps on that. Not sure off the top of my head. And then up Highway 99 through Squamish, Whistler, Pemberton, and that area there is all filled with fire smoke now, like wildfire smoke. And then up to Joffrey Lakes, that was a climb and a half. Oh, won't forget that one anytime soon. And then from Joffrey Lakes to this intersection of Highway 99 and Highway 97, which is where the Hat Creek Ranch is, and it's a historical place of historical significance. And then up Highway 97 to Clinton, and beyond Clinton is all the mile houses, like 100-mile house, 150-mile house, 70-mile house, all that. And then up to Williams Lake, and then from Williams Lake you get over onto the road to Bella Coola. Now that was a trip. That was a trip and a half. Anyway, Bella Coola back to Vancouver Island through Port Hardy, and that was my last big ride. My next big ride, of course, is going to be in Thailand. Here's the instructions for people who've never seen a bike before. All right, put those over there. And some basic flat pedals. Let's see what these look like. There's surprisingly not a lot of bike shops in Bangkok, and I was expecting to see a lot more. Because my research had showed that the bike shops that are here that are in Bangkok, the majority of them don't have websites. They just use these shopping sites like Shopee, Lazada, and there's a few other ones, and very few of them offer translation services like in the browser where you can just like translate this page and know what you're looking at, because the Thai language is it's unique. Okay, there's no like with Vietnamese, at least you can kind of pronounce words, but with Thai, I can't even read them, because like one squiggly with a hat on it looks the same as the next squiggly with two dots under it, basically. But the pedals, well, they're tight. I'll give them that. They're tight. Made by Gineyaa. Pronounce that as you will. So those are the ones we're going with. They look to be like medium. They're not large by any stretch. And what else have we got? Okay, so that's that box. Now let's get into the guts of it. Comfort Groove. It's got the Comfort Groove. It's got one little breathing hole there. Suppose it wouldn't hurt anything if I cut the rest of that out. If I'm going to keep it, or just maybe get $10 for it in Canada. I don't know. But the one I brought, a far superior saddle as far as I'm concerned. Like I said, I rode this one here. Bought it off of Temu. It's carbon fiber here, carbon fiber rails, and a very, it's carbon fiber base, but the 3D printing of the cushiony parts is very comfortable, very, very comfortable. And yeah, like I said, on the big ride, which had lots of gravel, I think I already spoke about the the road between Anaheim Lake and Bella Coola, like the last 130 some kilometers. It was horrible. It was unrideable, really. They were just in the process of rebuilding the road. Not really rebuilding it, more like maintaining it, because what they do is they put gravel down, and then they spray calcium on top of that to firm up the surface, to keep the gravel from moving around and creating lots of dust and loose rocks and things like that. And people driving that road aren't driving slow, because there's really nothing between Bella Coola, well, the hill, and Anaheim Lake. And again, that's all on fire now too. So good thing I got out of there when I did. But the gravel was just, it was horrible. I was in, I think my third lowest gear was as fast as I could go, because the front tire was just bouncing all over the place. Traffic was going by. It's a very busy road, because it's the only road that connects the interior of BC with the coast of Bella Coola. And of course there's lots of traffic. Anywho, let's get to why we all showed up here today. Okay, we'll start by getting rid of the zip ties. The hotel staff already saw me brought the bike in, so let's It's not like I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing. And it's customary in Thailand to take your shoes off before you enter into any indoor space. It doesn't matter if it's a home or a business or what have you. And so I thought maybe they would have a few issues with me putting a bike together and creating a lot of garbage, but no problem whatsoever. Okay, the handlebar tape is on very well. Very, very well. Nice job, guys. And what kind of shifters do we have here? Those might be Twitter in-house shifters, instead of going with some of the more popular ones from China, like Sensa, Microshift, like that. But they're certainly not Shimano, so I think they are actually Retrospec is their in-house brand. And they call this color beige, even though it's got some green in it. It's more like a really light olive, actually. So, without much further ado, let's get this puppy naked. And there was a bike at the store that where I bought this that was already put together, but it was a very small. It was a small, actually. This one here would be considered a medium, but it fits like a large for some reason. Like just the reach, and the stack isn't too high, but the reach is fairly long. So the stack reach ratio is going to be, I think, very comfortable. It's like it'll be more upright than a road bike, which is like more slammed. You can see the stem is slammed. There's not much head tube here. Actually, quite short. I don't have anything to measure with, but I would say it's probably about 180, 185. And usually the head tubes in my size are around 200 or more millimeters. Okay, so the fork is going to be a deal. Now, this is a real Twitter thing. Check that out. Hey, can you see it? I have to lift it up a little bit. I'm gonna lift it up a little bit. Check out those brake calipers. Dual piston, purple. I'm not gonna call it anything else. That's purple. And through axles, so boost spacing on the back there, and sealed bearings, of course. I'll just leave that here. Just to cushion that while we work on the back now. There's not much for bottle mounts, just the usual two here. Oh, that's something I didn't get at there. Is the 1x chain set. It's a 42 tooth, but it's got an 11 to 46 cassette. I've looked at so many bikes I can't remember if this is a 12 speed or an 11 speed. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's a 12. Okay. It's oh, it's a Dior derailleur. So what, that's Shimano 5700. I like that. It's got not super skinny, but probably what, 32s, 35s, something like that. Yeah, we'll get to the tires later, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to go shopping for 40s tomorrow. Let's just say in my walking tour of Bangkok, I've seen some stuff. Those scooters must have, there's a lot of scooters in Bangkok, must have some pretty stout tires to put up with the roads we have that they're forced to ride on here. Yeah. Retrospect something. Let's get the front wheel out of the box. Oh, Senix. SENICX. And it looks like a threaded bottom bracket. The frame is 7005 alloy, aluminum alloy. And it's a gravel G3, like I said. It's UCI approved, 53 centimeter, and that's measured from here to here, okay? That's 53 centimeters. The one I sat on in the store was a 44, and like I said, it didn't feel overly small. Like, it didn't feel like a child's bike, that's what I'm saying. Okay, the front wheel. There it is. Crash protection. Oh, it's I'm going to say that's KC, Retrospec. New style, SOLON. Well, those aren't coming out without a fight, so I'm gonna. The tires, well, let's have a look at the wheels. Made by Retrospec. I'm not sure what these glyphs are, but they're Kenda tires. 33 millimeter wide. No, hang on. That's the inflation pressure. 38. 700 by 38C. Well, looks like we're going with these. So we'll just we'll get the tool that takes out the through axle. I didn't bring my torque wrench with me, so you're gonna have to trust me that it's torqued to the spec. Oh, we got to take that out. Bleed block. Nothing about this so far that makes it feel cheap, as some people might want to call it, because it wasn't made in Taiwan. It was in fact made in, I believe it was Shenzhen. Not entirely sure of that. Have to look it up on the internet. Or maybe you could. It's up to you. Now I do have a few qualms about carbon fiber seat post, because once I get that saddlebag loaded up, it slides onto there and it sticks out probably, I guess, this far, and weighs about probably seven kilograms once it's loaded up with all the stuff I take with me bike packing. But this time I'm not taking a tent. So there's no tent poles, and no sleeping bag. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to ride to Chiang Mai, and that is just short of 700 kilometers. So it's going to take me probably a week to get there. And then once I get a hotel, I'm just going to do day trips from the hotel. And just, like planned loops, probably 60, 70 kilometers, something like that, depending on the terrain. Like it's in the mountains, so there's going to be some climbs involved, and some pretty good ones, like 24%. Some of them that I've seen. I'm not sure how that's going to play into my plans, but that's the deal. So I'm going to just guest house it, or guest houses, much like I'm staying in here at the Bonita House. It's very nice. There's only a few air-conditioned rooms. This is one of them, because it is brutally hot here. It's 35 degrees, feels like 100 Celsius, 100% humidity, well, somewhere between 100% and 1,000%. And it's still like the tail end of monsoon season. And that's what they were predicting for today and the next 4 days or 5 days is thunder and lightning and rain and heat. So excessive heat and excessive weather. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I've never ridden in that kind of weather, but I'm sure it won't be that unpleasant. I mean, as long as people don't mind me seeing me naked riding a bike, we should be okay. It's all cool in the gang. Okay, we got way more protrusion than we need. That's good. Yeah. And it might be a little bit of slop in there. I might need some carbon paste that I don't have. But no, I got a buddy who owns, well, he's not a buddy because I just met him a couple days ago. But we had a long talk and went through all his inventory and talked about the cycling culture that's only in the last couple of years has really taken over Bangkok, where they're actually putting in cycling infrastructure. So people have a choice between a scooter and a personal car. The traffic is nuts. Okay, it doesn't matter what you're on, even if you're walking, the traffic is nuts. I mean, the scooters don't really have a lot of respect for the direction of traffic flow. They just go wherever they have to go, and that includes the sidewalk, and they don't really slow down for pedestrians on the sidewalk. I mean, most do, but some don't. And the street vendors are all on motorcycles with sidecars that carry their cooking operation with them. And people just have to make use of that road space. The buses are massive. I mean, dual axle, lifted up, like for off-road, Paris-Dakar type of racing. And they're slower than hell. They're all diesel, and so there's just clouds of blue smoke around them everywhere you go. So public transportation is, let's say, wanting. All right. Pedaling through Bangkok, I'm going to have to plan my routes very carefully because I don't want to be anywhere near the main arteries, and especially the expressways, because there's little to no shoulder, so there's little to no room, and like I said about the traffic, it goes where it wants to go. But once you get off the expressways and the concrete lanes, and well, most are asphalt, but a lot of them are concrete. Once you get off that, you're into some really rugged stuff. I mean, like giant potholes that are 2 or 3 feet across and a foot deep, and nobody's thought about throwing any gravel in those for a number of years, I would imagine.